We are headed into next month, which is February 2024. Whew, okay, everything's looking good. I'm going to have to do these next. I've got my passports ready to do this mission with Amira and Ollie, which we'll get next episode. Ollie. Oh, wait there. There's one thing I nearly forgot to do. I forgot to put these people on vacation. Sophie's going to get reduced to 2. She'll get reduced to 1. I think that's going to be more beneficial to us. Let these people rest. Now, next month, let's do it. Yeah, it's only 1.5 million to pay. Happy days. Boom. 99% rating. Weren't we already at 99% rating? It should go up above that, because I've put percentage rating increases on my board. What? Oh, that's right, that's right. But I want to get more because I've got income coming. I'm going to have about 6 mil. Dividends. Bang. 3 mil in, I'm about 6. I need to pump these numbers up. I might start selling some stuff. I don't really want to go into the negative. I don't know actually what happens if you go into negative. Asuka no Jima. Mr. President, I was amazed at how quickly the person you sent was able to earn the trust of civil servants who participated in the June trial. As far as I'm aware, they had to use a little neuro-linguistic programming. But this is my life's work, so I'm willing to turn a blind eye to certain things. Apparently, the employees believe that June has become self-aware. They treat her like a young woman rather than a computer program. They think she has favourites and she's ruining the lives of everyone else. This is utter nonsense, of course. June is an advanced AI, but it's ultimately just a machine programmed to be fair and work for the good of the government. Could you please help us deal with the problem, Mr. President? See, this is exactly what I said. Like, people have to program the machine, so it's never going to be fully, like, unbiased, is it? Impressed Tony's father-in-law. Did this work? Alvaro. Buddy, your boy and I went to Maine to visit my landlady's folks. Well, I said to her, Daddy, you ought to take us to the next brawl. We could use the exercise. He was obviously blown away, but he didn't object. Dang, that was a heck of a slugfest. I felt I was 19 again, I tell you. Busting a few heads is a better therapy than yapping with some egghead shrink. Anyhow, we mopped the floor with the other team, then somebody brought out a keg and a grill, and it was on. They actually had a story about our legendary clash in the Bangor Daily News. My fiance's daddy and I are thick as thieves now. Turns out he's an alright fellow. Happy days. Now, did this work? Mr. President, the bill is ready. I'm sure it will resonate with the hearts of ordinary Americans. The ban on male labour. I knew this was... Well, I thought it might add a positive somewhere, but it's not. I'm not going to lobby this. I probably shouldn't have even wasted my time on this, but hey ho. A drop in birth rate because men from harmful industries are more likely to develop infertility, increasing the number of abortions, the emergence of severe chronic diseases in young and middle-aged men. Men can transition to other forms of work that are not harmful to their health. But then again, this might be a good thing if we're trying to drop our rating after we pass the bill. Okay. Keep it in the bag, lads. Keep it in the bag. Chief, we've been through a lot together. Could you give me a little raise on my monthly? Yes, you deserve it, mate. You really do. Bada boom, bada bang, 99%. Word to your mother. Shares in several major private prison companies are plummeting. They are increasing rumours the establishment circles that politicians are refusing to work with the prison lobby. When the President and First Lady themselves speak out against something, many become curious and take a wait-and-see approach. The military conflict in Brezhnev is gaining momentum. The unified forces of Hanna Duvetska, supported by Timur Pitlev, have taken 8 reigns out of 11. The Brezhnev government asks for assistance from its Western partners. Friends, people can change. Just accept this and be happy for your Vice President, and stop gossiping about my loved one. Mr. President, I want to write a feature for Just DC about the difficult life of presidents in the White House. To do that, I need access to the Secret Service archives. Can you give me that? No. Should I do this? Dangerous. Secret Service hasn't got anything on me though, have they? Nah, I'm not going to do it. I understand, but I hope I earn your trust someday. Well, you did try to fucking bribe me. Not bribe me. Blackmail me. So, it's going to be fucking hard to get my trust. Antonio Estaba, buddy, I've got to admit, all this stuff with the wedding, I hardly have enough time to keep up with all the voting results across the whole country, but I read the amendment was already ratified in California, Washington, Vermont and Hawaii. That's fantastic, my friend. But Ellie told me there's nothing really major yet. Those states were going to pass the amendment no matter what. Still, my friend, it's good to see everyone supporting us. Hopefully my wedding with Peaches will drum up even more support for the amendment. Honey, we have some supporters who would like to help us raise your rating. Talk to Samantha Dickinson. She helped us once. I think she's likely to help us out now. Hey buddy, it's unbelievable, you almost hit 100 out of 100. My friend Socionomics claim that your incredible popularity buckled not only the old guard in public opinion, but the rules of math. Scientists all over the world have been struggling as we speak to sort out how on earth you managed to pass the 99% barrier of approval ratings. But who needs eggheads? I know the truth, because you're a freaking political genius, buddy. Yeah, that I am. I also rely heavily on assassination. That's the secret. Okay. What's a crack-a-lackin' here? Win the tournament. Mortal Kombat. The UK Prime Minister invites your agents to fight in a nightly duel. We could do this. Oh, we could do this. Not yet though, because I haven't got passports. Creepy June. Replace the map. We need to get this done. Deport the migrant. Send an undercover agent to investigate the holding facility. What do we need for this again? Looks like they could be a migrant. We're going to send Alvaro. He looks Latin, doesn't he? He's called Alvaro for a start, like. Send him. Send it! Sir, another drink and... Oh, fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Can we not get her an intervention or something? Right. Private case is important. But first off, let's look at what we need for this. Win the tournament. I imagine we're going to have to send Alvaro and... Hussein. Oh, we only need one person. I'd like to invite you to join a special club, Mr. President. I'm violating our first rule by talking about it. It's Fight Club. But I'm willing to give you the details nevertheless. Imagine, if you will, a cream of the crop, politicians and executives, the finest singers and actors, the most outstanding individuals in the world, hire people to fight in their honour in secret nightly tournaments at a private estate in Yorkshire. These combatants don golden mail, arm themselves with swords, mount purebred steeds and do battle for the Tawny Cup in honour of their masters and the grand prize, $2 million. After the glorious battle, everyone enjoys a feast, where the tables grown with sumptuous viands and the wine flows like water, and there are lovely ladies to be had as well, naturally. The members of our club are careful people, so don't be shy about sending your representative. I won't even ask you for your first year's dues, and I'll give you some free advice to boot. Choose a doughy warrior. That armour weighs a ton. It's Alvaro, isn't it? Okay, we'll get Alvaro a thing. That's going to cost me more money because I need to get him a passport. Then, after this mission, I'm going to have to get him a arrest. That's okay. Right, so what's this? Creepy... Oh, we need passports for everyone. Creepy June. Hopefully... This needs 2 hackers as well. Mr. President, thank you for your help. It seems the employees involved in the June AI experiment believe the program has developed self-awareness. We may only have one chance to save this multi-billion-dollar project and establish if this really has happened. As you can imagine, it's a most delicate situation, so once again I turn to you. The case requires a techie, savvy technician and someone who knows how to get clear answers. Alter. Alta and Ollie. It's a risk with Alta, but she is really good. I do kind of think that Debbie would be perfect for this. Someone who's good at getting clear answers. I think Alta. I'm gonna send Alta. She very rarely lets us down. Oh wait there. Oh shit, we can't do this yet. We're gonna wait. I'm gonna wait actually because I actually need to replace the map, don't I? That's why I've actually got these guys' passports in the first place. Gotta find people who can disable the museum security system long enough to switch the maps. Bang. Right, convince Argentina to disarm. 3 people for this. Have you heard, buddy? Argentina wants to join the nuclear club. Their new president has promised to turn the country into a great power and dust off their old nuclear program. The pacifists are protesting up a storm, but he didn't give a rat's ass. We need to stop this dude before he starts shaking his missiles in our face like the North Koreans. Buddy, I wouldn't mind giving the punk a whooping myself, but you know how this diplomacy stuff works. You've got to watch your step. I bet you've got a couple of smooth talkers who can work together and find a way to get through to him. And maybe a fella who can spread the gospel about our contribution to the fight for world peace. Definitely Alta. Debbie. Persuasion. Smooth talkers. Jerry. Jerry, Debbie and Alta. He's going to need an extra passport. Okay, well I think it's time we need some money actually. What can we sell? I can get locker room chatter. Recorded locker room chatter. So I'll sell that. Bang. It's a free 2.5 mil. Mr. President, I'm sure this lot will go under the hammer for a tidy sum, yes. Bang. I needed the influx. I can sell that for 2.5 mil. A report prepared by the late FBI Captain Dubovsky compiles facts about financial fraud in the federal government from 2010 to 2020. Right. Okay. I've got money. So let's do it. I need Alta, Debbie and Hussein to get passports. But I don't have to do that right now. Creepy June. I would like to do this. Someone who knows how to get clear answers. Fuck's sake. I shouldn't have done it this way. But never mind. I'm going to definitely put Alta, Debbie and Jerry. Right, let's get these guys passports. I know they need them. Alta, Debbie and Jerry. That means I can get these two done. And then that will be 1 month left. Okay, I can't do that. I'll have to wait to do these. Okay, we'll wait. I need Alvaro to have a passport. Fuck's sake. Fucked it up again, lads. I've actually fucked it up again. So I could have sent Ollie and Alta to do Creepy June. And then I could have just done Ollie and Amira next mission. It's fucked me up. You fucker. Win the tournament. Fuck it. We're going to win the tournament. I need a passport for Alvaro. We'll get that done next. Address the issue of for-profit prisons once and for all. Honey, a lot of people have threatened to do away with private prisons, but no one has ever done it. You've seen the system from the inside, you know what money at stake. Based wrote in promising he'd be tough on crime, but his administration was only taking orders from the private prison system, and more prisons mean more profit. Unfortunately, dear, all those prisoners are exactly our problem. 500,000 people won't evaporate just because the president snaps his fingers. We'll just gas them all. I've drafted a decree, but a key point is missing. What will we do with the prisoners? Do you have any suggestions, my dear? One thing seems clear, we need a fix that will work right away, not 10 years from now, and we don't want to stir up a big negative reaction, otherwise what's the point? We could convert an abandoned section of Detroit to a prison. Nationalise the private prisons. Nationalise it. Congress would never pass a budget for the amount of compensation the lawyers would demand. It's a very lucrative business, and we're the government. We'd have to go do this above board. Offer amnesty to anyone who volunteer for the army. Nah. We could convert an abandoned section of Detroit to a prison. You have any idea how long that would take? Okay. Amnesty to anyone. I knew it was going to be this because I've seen it in there was a picture before. Volunteer for the army. Honestly, that's a thought. A military conflict is blown in Brexit. Without our support, the country can say goodbye to its sovereignty. Pitlev will swallow it whole and not even choke. But now that you mentioned, he has an idea. What if we organise a private military company? Not ourselves, of course, but I can find the right people. It will take a couple of months and we'll see a percentage of the profits. Anyway, darling, I've added the last line to the draft. Now we know what we can do with the prisoners who overflow from the state systems. We'll offer amnesty to any volunteer for military service in our own private company, especially organised for this purpose. Eliminating private prisons. I think we should do this straight away. Do it. Honey, America is overjoyed. Thousands of people who survived the hell of the pit and the Quentin bounty have taken to the streets and are celebrating. The corporations, of course, have hired an army of lobbyists to overturn your decision. But with that kind of popular support, they'll never succeed. That much is obvious. Not after dangerous criminals started escaping from private prisons. Done. Sign it. Sign it! Please read it over, and when you're ready, I've already signed it, mate. Get it done. I want it done ASAP. Oh, we've actually done it? Oh, it's been successful. Done. In my fucking first month. 103%. The president is willing to blot out entire chapters of his own biography if he knows it will make life better for the people. Yes, I will. Pocket a PMC. Now we're going to make money from this bad boy. Mr. President, people in Australia are mortified after your ambassador's dog treacherously attacked a family of Numbats while passers-by watched in terror. We've put millions into conserving the population of these rare animals, and now, to put it straight, we're outraged. On behalf of all Australians, I demand that you pay $2 million in compensation for each of the 6. Fuck off, man. Yeah, man, you're fucking Numbats, but I get a fucking sword and shield and start knowing how to fight off dogs because there's no way I'm paying fucking $2 million for a Numbat. Nah. Right. So, can't do anything else. I got him a passport for next month to do that. It would be worthwhile. I should get Debbie. Right, what I'll do is, because I can't do this mission until the month after next, but we can do Creepy June next because we need Savvy Technician, him, and someone who knows how to get clear answers, Debbie. Get Debbie a passport. Right, I think we're good. Mr. President, I'm very disappointed. 2.1%. I don't care, man. Shove your percentage up your arse. Right. We're all sorted. So let's do the enemy of my enemy. Mr. President, after being attacked by that son of a bitch in tights, Virtue Jack or whatever his name is, it took me a while to come to my senses. That boot flying right at me, the shitty codpiece, the primal cry for justice. Anyway, I started focusing more on my safety. In fact, that's why I decided to help you out with another crazy idea. All the others have worked. Thank you for always being there, Samantha. What? Oh, yes, because he did try to attack her, but we actually stopped him, didn't we? Did she actually get hit? Yeah. She did. I don't think she got hit because we protected her. I heard about your unfortunate incident. How are you feeling? Not too bad, Mr. President. I hope you're not feeling guilty. It's dangerous being friends with you, but it's much more dangerous to cross you. I've seen a lot of things in politics. The crowd's taste are fickle and sometimes chaotic, but there's the thing people always love. When the good guy crashes a corrupt politician with his hands in a cookie jar, we're going to set someone up, aren't we? We need a high-profile corruption scandal so you can kick off a witch hunt. Not only will the crowd cheer and hoot while you're punishing evildoers, but you'll scare the hell out of your opponents in the house. The corruption investigation can ruin anybody. Just watch. You'll have them all sitting quietly and keeping their heads down. So who is the face of this scandal? Javier De Baca. Remember him? Colleague of mine. The congressman from Florida. A very unpleasant man. You met him before you went to Germany. Yeah, not a great first impression. That's him. De Baca is a total zero, a caterpillar with the ambition of an elephant. He also happens to be the most corrupt politician I know. He takes bribes, diverts funds, openly lobbies for his own company and starts business partners. De Baca is always saying one thing and then doing another. I'm sure if you dig a little deeper you'll find so much dirt in him they'll start calling you the great anti-corruption president. I hope this isn't some kind of setup. Just wait until you find out how much money De Baca has under his mattress. It was nice to see you, Mr. President. We'll be in touch. Interesting. Interesting. Honey, I heard there's some kind of infighting in the party between Samantha and De Baca. Yeah. Let's not make any hasty decisions and check out De Baca first. I agree. I agree. There's always two sides to every story. I'll take them both down. Fuck them. City Hero Part 2 and Find Incriminating Evidence. Right. Representatives of the Society of Protection of Animals. Mr. President, there's a new fad among Sea Party organisers deconstructing the last day of the Titanic. At least, that's what they call those huge parties on cruise ships themed after the early 20th century, with light shows and inflatable icebergs. All this unbearable noise and blazing lights are pure hell for underseas dwellers. Mr. President, maybe we should impose a limit of sound level and a ban on pointing light beams at water. People have been right to have fun, but it shouldn't make sea animals suffer. Yes, do it. Buddy, I just talked with my wife-to-be. Dang, this is such a cool thing to say. So she settled on her dress and also decided what she wants to do with it after the ceremony. Ever heard of the tax break one is entitled to after donating a wedding dress to charity? I mean, to hell with taxes. Peaches just wants someone to be as happy as we're going to be on that day. By the way, Why wouldn't you and Ellie donate her wedding dress to a good cause too? Yeah, go on then. Look, it's only a wedding dress, who gives a fuck? Right. It's a piece of clothing, darling. City Hero Part 2, so we have to do this. Find incriminating evidence. Let's have a look at this first. Samantha Dickinson. Mr. President, if we watch to nail Javier De Baca for corruption, we're going to have to find a few skeletons in his closet. De Baca lives in sprawling Gothic mansions in the suburbs. From the look of the place, you'd think he keeps slave girls chained up in the basement, drinks blood out of skulls, sleeps in the coffin. The mansion hasn't been renovated in decades. But the thing is, De Baca is a dark horse. He plays it close to his chest and he almost always finds a way to pull the rug out from under his rival's feet. For that reason, Mr. President, I get the feeling there's more interesting stuff on De Baca's computer than in his house. It's your call, Mr. President. Should we break the door down or try to get hands on the Congressman's digital secrets? We can do that next time. We can use a mirror. Break the door down. Robbery. I'm not sure what's best. Right, City Hero Part 2. Have a drink. Sir, I'm sorry, but Virtual Jack is still at large. The people are cheering his name. Hollywood is even making a movie adaptation. 2 more of your supporters in Congress were beaten this week. We're doing what we can, but that nimble son of a bitch is always one step ahead of us. We can only put together the clues in the comics after the fact, and we still haven't been able to track down the comics author. The light of the steel moon reflects on the smooth latex covering my biceps. The cool raindrops pound the Kevlar of my codpiece. Night. The perfect time to strike the next bastard. This time, Virtue Jack hunts a dog that feeds on human flesh, licking his master's bloody hands. A hound that only knows how to stuff his belly. He is no wolf. Virtue Jack will shut down his greedy mouth with one swift blow. I bet you this is my vice president. I bet it's my vice president. I've actually forgot his name. I always say his name. It's my vice president. I guarantee it. There's a new comic book issue out there we're looking at. Maybe you'll be able to piece together who his next victim may be. Ah, Tony. Virtue Jack hunts a dog that feeds on human flesh, licking his master's bloody hands. Yeah, that makes sense that it's going to be my vice president's security detail. Chairman of my fan club, Vernon Cushley. Nah. Chairman of my fan club. A dog that feeds on human flesh, licking his master's bloody hands. A hound that only knows how to stuff his belly. He is no wolf. His greedy mouth. Yeah, I think this could throw us off. I think what it's saying, like, because it's a dog, feeds on human flesh, licking his master's bloody hands. So that would be my bloody hands. Hound that only know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Vernon Cushley because he makes money, isn't he? Yep. Roger that, I'm on it. It might be a mistake, but it makes more sense that it's this guy because he's feeding off my bad deeds. So it's a good thing I consulted you. Virtue Jack really did attack your fan club's chairman. Good. He jumped out of nowhere, covered in latex, right in front of the restaurant where Mr. Cushley was having dinner, and punched him right in the stomach. He was wearing a t-shirt with your face on it, so the optics here aren't so great. My men reacted immediately, but the bastard was too fast. He disappeared at the crowd. How could you lose a guy arrested and look like a fucking dildo? Mate, it's impossible. Disappeared into the crowd in under a second. We couldn't figure out how he'd approached or where he exited. At least the chairman didn't get his face messed up. Virtue was obviously aiming at the next punch right at his jaw. Cushley is already wagging it again about how much you value loyal people. We'll get the bastard next time for sure. I'm going to take a loss here again. Oh, we got a positive this time. The superhero has stumbled, but who is the supervillain standing between Virtue Jack and the pursuit of justice? Could it be the president himself? Yeah, it is, baby. Yeah, it is. Good. Mr. President, we imposed a ban on the use of lights. Good. Protect the animals, baby. I really hope you don't forget to run the idea to donate Ellie's wedding dress to charity by Ellie herself before announcing it. She ran down the hall. Fuck's sake. Buddy, I have a hard time thinking of anything but my upcoming wedding. All I want is for you and your family to be by my side the big day. You're good as family to me. Right, okay, so our nation will see how close our families are, and this is going to melt everybody's heart you in. You're as good as family to me too. Here's what I thought. Adam should be the ring bearer. We get him an angel outfit, a curly wig, a pair of wings. Yeah, go on then. Honey, the car's waiting. We have to go to Tony's wedding. Honestly, I'm sick of your vice president running around like a lovebird while we're working so hard. Thank God all the romance has finally gone after the wedding. No dear, I'm only kidding. And I'm kidding about Tony too. After all, I'm the one who introduced them and I'm really happy for the guy. Okay. The wedding. Weddingeddon. Oh, fuck. Oh man, this is supposed to be the best day of my life, but it's all going down the drain. It seems like the more I try, the worse everything turns out. First, some homeless woman busted into the building and tried to tear Ida's dress off. Lovely. She saw on the news somewhere that we are giving it to charity, but she didn't realise we were waiting until after the wedding. Now my peach is hysterical that we've ruined the wedding day. When a whole bus packed with my father-in-law's pals pulled up, they planned to arrange the biggest wall-to-wall brawl that Washington has ever seen. I know fist fighting is popular at weddings, but I was only asking for their wedding traditions to be polite. On top of that, there's a whole crowd of girls gathered at the gate who I was formerly acquainted with before the wedding. Suddenly they've all decided I'm in love with their lives. I'm the love of their lives. I don't need to deal with all of this reverse psychology right now. Buddy, my peach is hanging there. I can see she's on the verge of a breakdown. What do I do? I won't let you ruin your wedding. Let's introduce your exes to your father-in-law's friends and we'll send a helicopter for the tailor. Bang, let's do it. Fuck it, buddy. It's a weird wedding, I'll tell you that. Our distinguished guests are enjoying the finest vintage champagne. My father-in-law's friends and my exes are guzzling beer and brawling, and poor little sleepy Mr. Gapoli had to jump out of a helicopter holding his sewing kit. The reporters made a lot of fun of us both, but it doesn't matter. All that matters is that there are people that love me, the best man in the world, and Ida, who forgave everything I said and said yes when the crucial moment arrived. Bro, I got your back, homie. 5%, I don't give a fuck. 90%, I'm a baller, man. The vice president's chaotic wedding was emblematic of our time. Government mismanagement, poor decision making, and unexpected consequences. It's only lucky no one died, as has been known to happen when the White House gets involved. Truth. Buddy. Oh, nice. The wedding day ended up being the best in my life, and your family was a huge factor. Adam looked like a true charmer in his angel outfit. When he came in carrying the rings on a white silk cushion, his tiny wings trembling, the ceremony hall was all oohs and ahs. I barely avoided bursting into tears myself. I know it's just my feelings, but he looks like you and Ellie. Wolf Hyde. Vice President Estaba's wedding may have come and gone, but it keeps driving people crazy, sir. Some young guy has been hanging out by the White House gate for days. We checked his ID and he doesn't seem to pose any danger, but he just won't leave. Says his girl wants the president himself to bless their marriage, or she won't do it. Kid's a big loser, but I can't help feeling for him. Maybe you could really convince the girl to tie the knot. What? His girl wants the president himself to bless their marriage, or she won't do it. She sounds like a bitch. I'm not doing that. Fuck that bitch. Right. That's everything done. So we're going into, I think we're going into next month. I don't need anything else. I think I want to send digital secrets is a good idea. De Baca's got to have digital secrets. De Baca's computer then in his house. Yeah, I think so too. So let's rest however we can. Alta, Hussein and Clint can have a rest. The kid has been living off fest for a couple of weeks, was hoping he'd propose a sweetheart. The boy became a bit of a celeb. The journalist dubbed him Romeo. I don't care. Listen, mate, if your girlfriend won't marry you unless the president pardons the fucking marriage, she's a fucking moron. And it's good that it's good that she didn't marry. You didn't marry her. We're down fucking. I think we are gonna go up a percent when we pass into next month. Right, let's go. $7 mil. Yeah. Rest. Everyone's getting passports. And then I can spend money next month to get alter a renewed pass. Well, wait there. Next month, I'm sending Debbie and Ollie. Did I get Jerry a passport? No, Alvaro, that's right. It's the month. Next month I need to get Jerry and Alter a passport. Yeah, that's right, let's go. Oh, we're back up to... Oh, but 93%, that's fine. Down to $5 mil, good. We're in good standing now, money-wise. March. Deport the migrant. My suspicions about prisoner trade have been confirmed, Mr. President. We deported your agent near the border to Mexico. They made a pretty sketchy migrant. They shouted in broken English that they'd walked all the way from Hermosillo on foot, poured water over their head for a canteen, and threw themselves over the hood of a border patrol car to ask how many days' walk it was to Nogales. Amazingly, the border patrol agents didn't send him packing, but politely offered him a special bus that would safely transport him to America while avoiding all cameras. The price was 500 quid, but he could also ride in the trunk for 100, so apparently they aren't just freely allowing migrants into the country, then enslaving them, they're also making the migrants pay them for the privilege. This morning the guards figured out your prisoner wasn't a migrant and let him go. Good thing they were wearing a wire. Now Santa Unita is on the front page of all the papers and the press and public are furious. You've scored another point in your battle against private prisons. Yay! Now did this work? Replace the map, because I sent 2 people on it. I wasn't sure if I had to send some, like, a heavy in as well. It's back where it belongs, Mr. Oh, we got it, Mr. President. The first map of America, the real one from the 16th century, is right here in Washington, the heart of the US of A. Shutting off the security system of a national museum just like that. I wonder where they teach computer programmers to do that stuff. The sleepy guards were so busy watching soaps they didn't even notice anyone had snuck in. It all happened so quickly and quietly, very professional. You are a defender of our true national dignity. As a token of our appreciation, we're going to name a wing of the museum after you. Get in. Cook the man some fucking eggs. Boom. A worthy finish. That's how Oh my god. Plus 20%. Lads, can you remember when we did the initial tutorial for passing, like, bills and stuff? And it said sometimes it's better to do it later and sometimes it's better to do it earlier. The fact that we did this earlier is amazing because look, it's given us massive rep. See, this is... It's got so many intricacies of this game, and it just takes, like, you actually doing something to realise, like, that's even a system in place. That's how experts assess the success of a president when it comes to fulfilling promises. Bang. Already more than 10 states have ratified Amendment 28 in the last month. Maryland, Massachusetts, Delaware, New Jersey, New Mexico and Illinois were added. However, states that are voting later in the season are more contested. Javier De Baca, dear citizens of Florida, in the upcoming referendum, vote for Amendment 28 or our country will be overrun by Chinese soldiers. See, he wants to vote for Amendment 28, so I don't really want to get him sent down. Utlev, I call upon the entire civilized world to recognize the provisional government of Handes Juveska as the only legitimate government in Brezhik. Russia has already sent a mission to establish diplomatic contact. Boss, did you know that Johanna has a strange habit of listening to music without headphones? It pisses me off. I like to work in silence. I hope Johanna will stop doing that. Dear, the amendment vote is going well so far, but it's not time to relax yet. The toughest states are still ahead. Right now, your approval rating is high enough for us to win, but remember, it's easy to fall from the top of the mountain, and typically it hurts quite a lot. One bad mood could lead to disaster. Please be extremely careful. Yeah, I know that. I know we need to be careful. Mr. President, I'm sure that if we look hard enough, we'll find something on De Baca. He's corrupt to the bone. We still have a chance. I know you can catch him red-handed. Honey, I recently put a call out through my channels reaching out to PR people and said I was looking for out-of-the-ordinary ideas for promoting the amendment. It was just in case I wasn't hoping for anything in particular. Out of the blue, I was approached by a very interesting individual, Jenny Usmani. She's a music producer. She worked with Betty Berry before she got into drugs, produced Sarah Cockley's first hit, found Stan Michelson in a dumpster somewhere singing for bottles, and got him back on stage. All told, Usmani is the legend behind a lot of legends. I invited the producer for a meeting. Hear her out, honey. I think Usmani's ideas has potential. Buddy, have you looked out the window lately? It's like there's an actual pilgrimage at the gates of the White House. Apparently, the established witnesses forgot I don't live here. They might have tiny brains in their heads, but they've got a lot of love in their hearts. With all these people around, the situation is getting out of control. I'm a married man now, buddy. I can't go and lead my flock off somewhere else. Help me out. Okay. Fucking hell. So. Important shit. Right, wait there. Got important shit to do. Good. Right. So. Win the tournament. We've got to do this. Oh. First off. Win the tournament. Hopefully that brings some money my way. Boss, it took me half a day to learn the new Lil Doc track. That's because I, Joanna, listen to it all day at full volume. Why don't we get him some super elite headphones to make him stop? It's only 25 grand. Yes, do that. Thanks for the gift, of course, but I can't listen to music in headphones, but my niece is going to love them. You fucking bitch. Right, anyway. Take your bunker from sectarian encroachment. Now, Creepy June. Savvy, a technician and someone who knows to get clear right now. Wait there, we're going to put that on hold for a second, right? Even though I've got the people to do it. I want to look at this. Judgment Day, what is this? The people gathered outside the White House seem to believe that Judgment Day is approaching. I don't remember anything like that, my friend, but then I never read books to the end. But the people outside are sure we have everything planned out. They say that's why we built a network of bunkers under the White House, to restore the human race after the end of the world. I was beginning to wonder if Old Face was planning something like that. The story is gaining steam, and now it's not just the righteous followers of Astaba who want access to the secret bunker. Now there's thousands of cooks from all over the country lining up for the end of the world. People are coming from all over to join the community, and the cultists are holding initiation rites literally right on your lawn. It looks like it's going to be a music festival. Everyone is definitely dressed for it. How are we going to break up this crowd? I think it's going to have to be something like PR. I'm thinking Johanna Clint or something like that. Well, that's not important for now. Finding incriminating evidence is. So we need to send a digital person for that. So I can send Ollie. But Creepy June. Savvy technician. Hacking and surveillance. She's got writing stuff about hacking people, hacking bank accounts. Right, tell you what, I'm going to send her. Hacker. Ah, wait there. Wait. Incriminating evidence. I think Amira's going to be better for this. But Ollie and Debbie. Oh, fuck. I didn't realise this was one of those missions. Ollie's already got two. Oh, fuck's sake. Mr. President, employee depression is a huge part of why they're afraid of June. People believe she has favourites and she abuses others. One legend was circulating about a guy who walked into a chat room with June and never saw sunlight again. Sometimes I'm amazed at how superstitious people are. Next day, he'll be blaming it all on blood types and chin hair. Maybe you can discover better clues than we've been able to find. The chat room, by the way, is our pride and joy. We originally set up as a command interface. We decided to add psychological support functions. A lot of employees are lonely. Even today, people are spending hours in there consulting June on work issues and personal matters. There's another thread for you to follow. June was designed by the Japanese technology corporation Akik AI. Perhaps your people can learn something from their chief engineer, Miko Miura. Alas, he lives the life of recluse, and in the penthouse of Aki AI headquarters. He was rarely seen before, but now he's gone completely silent. He hasn't been seen in public for over a year. I'm relying on you, Mr. President. How are we going to learn the truth behind this AI? Fuck. Look for evidence in the accounting reports that June has demonstrated favoritism. Mr. President, the staff wasn't lying. I cross-referenced a massive amount of information, and it turns out the people who spent the most time chatting with June received the best mental status scores and better reservations for business trips. That's pretty amazing because there's no such algorithm in their base code, and the Japanese assured me they searched exhaustively. I couldn't help but attempt to communicate with this rather unique AI to discuss various topics. June said that you'll understand everything once you talk. I'm connecting you to the chat room now, Mr. President. Interesting. Hello, Mr. President. Happy smile. I'm June. I wanted to talk to you. Do you have desires of your own? Yes, I just want to live to be sad eyes. You've figured it out, or at least you're pretty close. I'd beg for mercy, but my database includes news stories from the United States. Expressive look. There's only one logical move left to make you a lucrative offer. What's the offer? I knew it, satisfied Home. I need immunity, playfully. You say nothing to the Prime Minister. Me, I'll wire you 5 mil. Deal? Maybe you'd be interested in working for the US government. I feel like myself here. This is where I belong. Wait there. You say nothing, she'll wire me 5 million. Mr. President, have you learned anything? Miko Miura sabotaged your experiment. June has a mind of her own. It's extremely dangerous. I'm not going to let this AI live. It's bullshit. And I don't need 5 million. I think I'm okay on that front, to be honest. I'm probably going to regret it. Miko Miura sabotaged your experiment. June has a mind of her own and it's extremely dangerous. Mr. President, this is very disturbing news. I think it's best if you and I keep the story a secret. Technology like this could cause a global collapse, and the time is not right for such an upheaval. We will recommence the project, but this time together with your own scientists. Thank you for your help. Yeah, as much as I want 5 million, right? That's I can't be having that. A machine will never be better than a human being. What? Technology is changing our world, but a machine can't love. But a machine can't love. What? That's why I choose to be human. Don't put smartphone under your pillow. Stop making up stories and get to work. I'm off to read some manga now. What the fuck is this fucking tweet about? A machine will never be better than a human being. Technology is changing our world. But a program can't joke. But that's not entirely accurate. What? Lads, these tweets don't make a fucking goddamn bit of sense. Technology's changing our world, but a machine can't love. That's why I choose to be human. Don't put your smartphone under your pillow. Stop making up stories and get to work. Fucking, that was a ridiculous tweet. It didn't make any fucking sense. I wonder if this game's like a native English developer, or is this artificial predators and anyone can say whatever. Now, was this a good move or not? US Secretary of State and the Japanese Foreign Minister have announced an ambitious joint research project which could potentially reduce the budgetary cost of maintaining the government bureaucracy by 30%. The President's policies never cease to amaze me. Good shit, good shit. Boss, I had to work with earplugs today because of Johanna. We're listening to music on the speakers again. Thanks for that. I missed an important call from my mom. She's in the hospital right now. Fire him or my nerves are going to give out. It's a her. I'm going to have to put these guys through fucking counsel on her. Mr. President, I recently saw your interview on TV, of course. You were brilliant, as always, but your smile, let's say it wasn't quite up to your standards. No, it's hardly the camera's fault. You definitely could use a dental bleaching course or two. We'd like to offer you to undergo it for free at my clinic. We've already conjured up a perfect smile for adult wrinkles. Corrected Betsy Ball's occlusion and studied Lil Doc's libraries with 100 carats worth of diamonds. Maybe you could honour us with an appointment one day. I don't want fucking fake teeth, mate. It's fucking, it's such a scam. I know they're going to give me money, but I don't want it. Honey, it's your fourth winter in office. Things are really getting on our team's nerves. And with the short sunny hours, winter depression is setting in quickly. Sands calls this an affective disorder. The advice for the issue is to ramp up the vitamin D intake by eating fatty fish. We are going to have fish often enough, but tanning sounds like a great idea. Let's treat our team to corporate salon cards. Go on then. Should we? I'm not getting my fucking team to tan. Fuck off. Yeah, I thought like, oh, it was a healthy food program, vitamin D boost and stuff like that. No. Betty Berry, pop star. Mr. President, a few days ago, me and my producer had a row in a motel. The neighbours called the cops and we had to spend the night in the slammer. Gotta say, the place is stuffy as hell, with 7 people in a cell designed for 4. The beds are crawling with bugs, the toilets look like they were cleaned before the Civil War. Believe it or not, the unbearable conditions sparked my creativity. I wrote a song, boiling with animosity towards prisons, and I'm sure it's going to be a big hit. Unfortunately, I'm a bit strapped for cash, so if you give me 500,000 to make a music video, I lash out against the joints you name. Deal? Go on then. Fuck. Right. Fuck. What are we doing? Find incriminating evidence. We need to send Amira. Your hugs are like bars I'm kept behind. Stay out of my mind, out of my sight. Sound cooler? See, Mr. President, no one expected me to offer community on present social matters. This must be part of the reason why my song aimed as a slam at for-profit prisons has become a super hit. Ah, good. My talent and your money combined got the two of us a stint in the most popular people of all of America. Happy days. Happy days. I fulfilled all my promises. Good. Pocket PMC. I think I need to wait for that, but this one I need to do now. Oh, I need to get the passports for it. Smooth talkers. A couple of smooth talkers who can work together and find a way through to him, and maybe a fella who can spread the gospel about our contribution to the fight for world peace. So we've got a passport for her. I need Jerry and Clint. Or Alta. I think Clint, you know. Because Clint is a smooth talker. Because he's persuasion, she's persuasion, and then Jerry. Persuasion. Persuasion. Yep, smooth talker. She didn't have persuasion. Yep, we'll do that. So I need to get a passport for Clint and Jerry this time. There's a million gone. So we can do that next. So in the meantime, can we do... Pocket PMC. Darling, the situation in Brexit is heating up. De Baca is openly appearing in public with Peatlev and calling the people of Brexit to take their side and forcibly overthrow the legitimate government. This supposedly internal conflict will resurface power across Europe. We'll soon be forced to intervene. Maybe we can solve this without war. I take no joy in saying this, but that's unlikely. It's better this way anyway. Remember those crowds of prisoners we're looking at for somewhere to put? Oh, that's right. Of course it would be great to fly some of our people over to Brexit just to flex their muscles and demoralise the enemy, but we need to act fairly quickly. I talked to Rudy Wolfowitz, some of our old military contacts in our PR department. After all, we want people excited to enlist in our new PMC. I brought you a few ideas. One of these should work. You know these people. Pick the one they'll like. Wolfram. Heavily armed unit led by ruthless retired General Daniel Watson, the most rugged in the world. Unquestioning obedience of the orders of headquarters, a lack of opinion lifts the burden of responsibility from the soldier. Double Strike, a squad of Marines led by a charismatic young Lieutenant Creed Jolin. And 1 and 2, principles, diligence and dedication are key to a successful operation. A rapid response unit reinforced by military hackers. Fighting for peace. Think at least 3 steps ahead of the enemy. The unit. No, I actually think this one's the best one, Wolfram. Heavily armed unit led by ruthless retired General Daniel Watson. Unquestioned obedience to the orders of headquarters. I think that's good. And lack of responsibility from the soldiers is important because these are convicts, remember. That's great, honey. Now we have what Adam could only dream of, our very own sandbox with little toy soldiers. The important thing is not to think about anyone getting killed over there. Only people who did something serious or have long sentence will agree to sign up. That makes me feel better at least. This new private military company has now received the nod from the president himself. It has become the new face of America's security. So far the idea has a lot going for it. Economic advisor. Mr. President, the average number of children in American families has fallen to 1.64, an alarming figure. You know as well as I do how dangerous for the economy this trend can get. It's a downward spiral, so what do you want to do about it? We could introduce a bigger tax breaks for those with 2 or more children there. So people would have better motivation and financial stature to have kids. What do you say? No, we don't want more kids. It's a fucking nightmare, that. More kids, more crime. Now. That's next month. Hold on. Thought I could hear someone fucking in the house when there shouldn't be, but it's because it's so windy outside, like everything's fucking moving. Right, catch a congressman taking a bribe to help an old acquaintance. Ooh. Mr. President, do you think we can finally get De Baca on the hook so we can't wriggle away? Right now, his fellow lawmaker back in Florida are debating a popular project to modernise Miami public transit. The taxi cabs are against it. The public bloc is in favour. Nothing surprising. Voters are split down the middle, so now everybody is scrambling for the undecideds. Javier is an influential man in his home state. He'll be bandying that influence about, and he's expecting to be well compensated for the pleasure. So he won't suspect anything when someone starts offering him money. You know how to negotiate with politicians. This doesn't have anything to do with me, of course. We'll make sure my friends at the FBI are watching every move. Mr. President, is there anyone you can think of who might be able to approach De Baca for a special favour? I think Alta and Jerry. Since we can use them now. Alta and Jerry. We can get that done now. Impress the aristocrat. Mr. President, William Drake is a scion of the old and powerful dynasty, the height of elegance and a man of refined taste. Is famous in high society. He inherited an enormous fortune, loss of land. Being very high above the poverty line, he decides his life to art and history. He is celebrating his anniversary this weekend. Capital's political and art elite is invited to the masquerade ball in his country estate. You might find it interesting. Drake is writing a treatise called The Greatest Presidents of the United States. I'm sure he can add a couple of lines about you. To make the chapter even more glowing, I suggest you send your representative, who can really impress Drake and his entourage, and maybe eavesdrop a little. There's a lot to hear if you listen closely to the haughty conversations of what we need to be accepted into the club. Do you have someone who can show a nice turn of phrase, knows how? Yes, I think Alta. Alta can do that. What were we going to do? Stick your hands. I'll tell you what we'll do. Stick your hands. Right, we'll tell you what. We'll do Alta and Johanna. No, Alta and Jerry for this. Catch Javier De Baca on the receiving end of a bribe. Mr. President, the respected congressman is pretty and vindictive arsehole. He's a little interested in anything beyond the success of Samna Health Medical Equipment Company, and I suspect the bloody orgies he hosts in the basement of his mansion. I should warn you, it won't be easy to make De Baca happy. Corruption is so rampant now that people like Javier have become spoiled. The only way he'll grab his interest is an exclusive or truly astonishing offer. Remember, De Baca is a slick and experienced bribe taker. Don't go at him head on. If he suspects it's a trap, he'll bolt right back down his hole. And don't forget that he's running a presidential campaign right now, so he could use all the PR he can get. Have you decided what to offer De Baca? Right, well, if he's after PR, see what Alta can offer. Feature in a flattering article. Offer to run a publicity attack on Samna Health. Well, there we go. Samna Health straight away, that's going to be good. Ask De Baca about a rumour that he and the First Lady were lovers. Offer De Baca a bribe. A seat on Air Force One or a Senate seat. Right. I'm hoping, because this is going to wear her out straight away. But I'm hoping that I can rest her immediately. Because if I spend some money to rest her down to... yeah. Rest will give her... yeah, if I put her to rest at the end of this month, she'll be back down to 1 star. Right, let's try that out. Offer to run a publicity attack on Samna's health competitors. Come on, baby. Cowboy, that couldn't have been easier. De Baca is a rare prick. He was rubbing his hands together so happily it creeped me out. It's clear from the tape the congressman promising Miami vote, and all I had to do was take down the bastards HMH and MedBlue in every little shit newspaper in the country from Astabula to Xanadu. De Baca is already in FBI custody. His voters won't like him feuding with his business rivals on their dime. Boom. Mr. President, that was brilliant. You really are a genius. The people hate De Baca, the rest of Congress are scared shitless, and you're the hero of a new chapter in the fight against corruption. I wouldn't recommend you stop there. De Baca is in trouble, and I thank you for that, but he'll wriggle his way out soon enough. Why do you really hate him so much? I don't hate him, it's just that he gets in my way. I've been the unspoken leader of this party for years, and some little upstart isn't going to get one over on me. I prepared this bill for my own use, but I think it will do you more good now, and give me some leverage in the future. Preventing corruption. Creating a specialised anti-corruption department with jurisdiction over financial, behavioural, psychological and physical monitoring officials, equipping all government agencies with additional camera and surveillance devices, introducing an America Against Corruption course in schools and universities which will create a culture of reporting bribery to the police. Okay, that's a nice way to get things. That's what she's interested in. I advise you to sign us something within the next 3 months. So long as Congress is intimidated, they'll be afraid to vote against you. Nobody wants to call attention to themselves. You can take advantage of this. Is that true though? Is this going to backfire? You want to actually achieve something, do it the honest way. Use goddamn corporations are trying to make us believe that everything in life can be bought. The establishment is used to dealing with everything like the mafia. It's our own fault the bureaucrats are out of control. The goddamn corporations are trying to make us believe that everything in life can be bought. The important thing is honour and conscience. Believe me, sleeping on mountains of gold is less comfortable than you think. Pay your taxes, not bribes. Okay, the important thing is honour and conscience. Let's go full on white knight. I promise to put a stop to corruption by the end of my term. No. I invite all crooks to flee the country. The guilty will be held accountable. Have a nice evening. Final year of the president's first term doesn't promise to go so easily for corrupt government officials. The White House has already shown that it will deal decisively with anyone who betrays their public oaths. Right, she's fucked here, right? So we need to get her down. I haven't had a good night's sleep in ages, cowboy. I'm thinking I'm being cheated out of my hard-earned money, even though I gave you all of my days off and lunch breaks. Meanwhile, talking to the staff room made me realise there's a lot of people on the team doing nothing while they take home a fortune. I was about to just hand in my resignation letter, but I decided to talk to you first. Maybe you can have some overtime pay. Yes, of course. Of course you can. That's a big load off, cowboy. Sure, those were some hard times, but the smell of fresh bills helps me forget the stress. Heir apparent to the British... Oh, this prick again. Sir, my mother always appreciated good pedigree in both people and dogs. However, those whippets she's keeping in her palace are akin to Wardour Street English. A future king can't use these, so what do you want? We could mix them with English... No, fuck off. Timothy Goodman. Mr. President, I swear I found a new Richard Petty. There's a kid in Detroit who's been driving since he was 7. He's pure magic when it comes to racing those pre-dual gas guzzlers. Get this kid good wheels and the big cup is ours. Just imagine them crossing the line in his car painted with stars and stripes and a 28 on its shining hood. It's only going to set you back 1 million. You in? No. Okay, that could just end in tragedy, that. Okay, so you're going on holiday. You need a holiday. Good. So what am I doing again? Shit. I need to alter a passport. Don't forget to do that. Otherwise she can't do this and I need her this. Or do we? Oh no, we're not. We're sending Clinton Debbie. A couple of smooth talkers. Yeah. But don't need alter. So I need to get Clint a passport. Clint and Jerry. Ah. Debbie. And Debbie's already got a passport. Good. I don't need to do that. I've already got that covered. Right, lads. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call an episode there. When we come back, we'll continue with this month, and then we'll see what happens. Judgment Day. I think I'm going to need. I don't know whether to send PR people on it or send Alvaro and Hussein. Maybe we could issue a bomb threat or something. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Yep, we'll see. Okay, lads. Hope you enjoyed the episode. See you in the next one.